Hey guys, what's up? Mike here again with another review, another video. Um, so in this video, as I said in my Batman Robin video, if you check that out, I'll be doing Batman's number 7. See, Batman's number 7, whoosh, Batman number 8, and Batman number 9. So, if you watch my Batman Robin video, I suggest you watch this video first. Because this sort of sets up the whole Night of Owls and what's happening, and just what's happening in the whole Bat universe. Except in Batwoman, I guess Batwoman's too cool to help Batman out in his time of need. Hold on. My cover's dirty. So yeah, so I'm gonna be starting off with Batman number 7. Um, so Batman number 7 starts off with actually the one of the most famous scenes in the Bat universe. Bruce Wayne staring at his father's statue, after the bat crashes through the window, lands on the statue, and he's like, "Yes, I will become a bat." Thing made popular in Batman Year One. So you see Batman sitting there, sort of like freaking out about what to do, not knowing what to do, and he sees his bat, and the bat flies off, and you actually see, and Scott Snyder he is one of the premier writers in comic books today. He's probably one of in the future he's gonna be like Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman. No, he'll be considered up there with these people. In the future. Um, you see an owl kill the bat that flew out of Bruce's window, and this owl eat this bat, and there's this in the background of this that there's someone's narrating how people used to believe that during death people saw one's visions of their own life, and that you truly exist in these visions, you know, and these truths that you viewed during these death visions were, they were heartbreaking, they were comforting, a whole bunch of other stuff, um, but you see who you truly were as reflected in the eyes of your God, and you see Bruce wake up. Someone is shocking him alive using, I guess, what you look to see jumper cables to bring him back to life. Um, and he is just crazy looking. He has like 5 o'clock shadow. His suit's all torn up. He's bleeding, and the girl reveals herself to be some girl that we don't know, or most people might not know. I actually don't know who the girl is. He's like, you, me, you. He says, I healed, I had to fix you up. Sure. He was like, leave me alone. So he walks off. Her name is Harper, something. Her last name's Harper. I guess she's important. But whatever. So Batman walks off with his van, and he says that a dying man comes back to life. Um, you know, he finds himself changed. So you see these people waking up. Now you see through a vision through another character's eyes, and it seems, and he's staring at these owls, and that they're trying to wake up. They're waking up a Talon, and you see him all blue and shit, and they're gonna, there's time for them to strike and reclaim the city. So that's their move. Um, so oh, my bad. So you see Batman managed to climb through the sewers, and he gets to this metal door, and you see Alfred with I guess, with with a shotgun, and it's Bruce says it's me, and Alfred is my God, my God, you're alive, yada yada. Um, and they saw the hole in the ice. They went to find his body, and they saw that it was empty. They thought that someone took him. Oh yeah, the girl's name is Harper Row. Who else she is, I do not remember. Um, so they managed to get it back into the cave, and they found someone else's body, one of the owls, and Bruce starts freaking out. Um, but he's dead. They let him know that he's dead. That he was frozen, and Bruce is like, "I'm not going undergoing medical attention. I'm gonna, like, get him on the table. I'm gonna cut him open." um, and then the owls, you see them talking to their assassin. Look at him. He's broken, weak, but while you've become more powerful from your return from the underworld, he's like, take your armor. Um, they're gonna strike down their enemy. It gets a little poetic. Eat his bones, and you see Nightwing show up, and he's like, Bruce, you're alive. What did they do to him? And you see that Batman's just like half dead. He's dying. Oh, he's just tired. You've never seen Batman like this. Um, and they see this guy, and his name, he's the Talon, is the Talon, and he's the dad, yada yada, and that they somehow managed to reanimate dead tissue. Um, that had been specially prepared, that had been put through by putting this metal into their body and letting it soak in their body for ages. This metal of silver and copper. So like he's seeped in it, and Batman says it's there's in his tooth, and he pulls out a tooth, and it's like the owl symbol. So they find out this guy, he's a star athlete, all this other stuff, but you find out his name is William Cobb, and he's Dick Grayson's great grandfather or great grandfather. His great grandfather, and Bruce is like, what? So they took a tissue sample, and you found out Nightwing wanted to know why Bruce wasn't going to talk to him, why he didn't want this, and Bruce lets him know that it gets into this big thing about how Bruce always is hiding stuff, and that that how Dick hasn't been knowing what to do, and so Bruce sort of backhands Nightwing in the middle of this conversation and pulls out a tooth falls out. He's like, "You were supposed to be a Talon too, Dick." And you find out that before then, gladiators were chosen. And gladiators and jesters and stuff. They were part of an ancient form of the circus, and that they came to like and this Talon came to see Dick first. This confirms his identity that every year for decades, Haley Circus has chosen a child to become an assassin, to become that era's Talon, and Dick was the chosen one. But when his parents died, Bruce, Bruce sort of moved aside the hand of fate and plucked out this child who had so much talent in him. Um, See, so and then he goes on to show that how this wasn't his city, that Gotham was never a city, that it's always been a stranger, it's always been an enemy. And he wished that no one told him that truth, because he would have been a better person for it. And Dick sort of says, you're not who your ancestors are, you're who you are, and that they're gonna but Dick lets him know, he's like, you underestimated them, but you realize that they're not Gotham and you're not Gotham, you're just Batman. So you see the Talons in their building, and you see like they've woken up a shit ton of them and just dive bomb off the building. So this issue actually, Scott Snyder has reinvented the Batman mythos about just the entire thing. With Dick, with just the entire, it's like Dick is supposed to be this, he's descended from this assassin, that he was chosen to be assassin, that if things went a little bit different, if his parents never died, he would have been this assassin, possibly fighting Batman. So it's an interesting take. Scott Snyder's done a great job, just in this whole, just in Batman, he's doing a great job. Art, Greg Capullo's art has been solid, really great, and you can tell how much attention he's putting into it, especially with Batman, and how weary and just decrepit and tired he looks like. They're taking the fight out of him. But all in all, great issue, solid issue. I'm gonna be giving it a 4 out of 5. Issue 7, great issue, great cover by the way too. Not the normal one. So issue 8 of the New 52 Batman starts off with sort of this is the beginning of the night about 7 o'clock, Gotham City. You see the city, just the lights and all this other stuff. And you see Bruce standing overlooking this model of the city, and he's saying he knows nothing about it, no matter how much time he spent in it. And this light goes off, like illuminating parts, because he was trying to revitalize the city with these buildings. Um, he says, it hurts my eyes. And Alfred says that low-level laser illumination can help, can be therapeutic. And Bruce says, he's a man standing over a toy city while the real one operates behind his back. But he's just sitting in the dark, has inflammation around his eyes. He's hurt, he is tired. You can see it on his face, especially this artwork is. You can they convey so much emotion just the way he looks. And Bruce is saying, he's been arrogant, he's been a fool. But there's someone trying to get in. And Bruce has an earpiece and lenses, and Alfred goes to the cave, and Bruce is sneaking around his house, and he sees that it's a Talon. And that there are owls everywhere. So and they're in the cave. So some Talons bust through the window, and Bruce starts beating the shit out of it with like this piece of wood that he breaks off from a banister. And he starts just whooping up on this dude. And there's a Talon that broke into the Batcave, and there's just like tons of these guys. So Batman Bruce Sutter uses his entire house as a weapon. He sort of swings outside, gets outside, starts fighting these guys off with this bat motif like wind signal on his roof. Starts stabbing dudes in the face or in the chest, I guess. And he sees that there's nowhere else to go, so there's the only place he's going down. So he jumps into his chimney and escapes. He jumps into his chimney and slides down into the Batcave, and he sees another Talon. He's about to whoop up on this dude. So you see this Talon, and Alfred drops the giant penny on him. The giant penny from that was in the Batcave. I think it's one of Two-Face's penny. Like Two-Face had it for some reason. So they unmask this Talon. It's a woman, and you just see how her skin's white, her hair is white. She just has these blue lines that she's supposed to be dead, but they've reanimated her using something. And you see all these Talons in the cave, just like what the hell. And Bruce, they actually take they actually free William Cobb, Dick Grayson's great grandfather, because he was like, they kept him on ice so he wouldn't be able to animate himself. So they managed to lock themselves inside the armory, Dick, Bruce, and Alfred, and they're gonna break in. Like that's true. So Bruce managed to take a chip from the Talon's gauntlet, and they find that there's a whole list of like of people they're gonna kill. And Bruce makes Alfred drop the temperature to sub-zero to slow them down, because when you lower their core body temperature, they sort of go to sleep. And Bruce is like, "Don't worry about me, I can take them." So they're sort of just trying to kick down the door and banging on it, and the door opens, and you see Batman in this giant bat suit, and that's where the issue ends. And actually, that is not where the issue ends. No, that is sort of not where the issue ends, because the issue sort of goes on just a little bit. So you see Bruce about to fight these guys, and you see Alfred sort of see all these people, who are targeted, and you see the owls start attacking these people. The city comptroller, the deputy sheriff. They just start killing everybody. Supreme Court justice, public advocates, commission. They're attacking the most key members of the city, and most of the people are probably already dead. So Batman put out the call to the family. So he contacts everyone. Red Robin. You see Red Robin, Red Hood, Robin, Batgirl, the Birds of Prey. Everyone's being attacked. We need you. We'll hold the line. And you see, and the art's actually by Rafael Albuquerque in this mini part that sets up the Night of Owls. And they're gonna try. So that's what the issue ends. So Batman #8 was a great issue. Just setting up what is one of a mini event within the whole DC. They're not having a real event until Trinity War next year. Um, but he did a good job. Just with Scott Snyder, as I said, has been just building this universe and has been doing a great job setting it up. Um, and with the artwork, in the first part by Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion, it's been great. Just the way he's been setting up the whole setup, and just the weariness you see in Batman's face. But it's getting exciting. Gonna be full of action. And it's gonna be a real like, I've never read Greg Capullo's Spawn, which is that's his most famous book on what he's known for. So I'm really looking forward to see how his action scenes played out in Batman number 9. So great issue. Batman number 8 gets a 4 out of 5. Great issue, really great issue. Um, the second part's a little weird. In all honesty, why isn't Batwoman there? I guess she doesn't. They don't love her. Um, so Batman number 9. As you can see, it's a sort of a throwback to Batman number 3 or 4, the owl image. So you see Batman in this suit, and talks about his first family members, how they didn't move in because there were bats in the house, and the infestation of bats in the cave beneath the land. So they brought in the most effective killers of the bats were tiger owls. So they let loose owls in the city, and all the bats were gone in the cave, and all the bats were gone. And you see Bruce just punching them, dropping the temperature, and his suit is just keeping him alive. So it should dip below 0, soon. And Batman's like, you won't be able to survive out there. He will die. No, the door, and he's telling them the doors won't keep them out. Nothing will keep them out. And it says that these guys are stronger, they're faster, they heal faster, they're just they can kill him. And Batman says he can play rough. He doesn't have to back because they're already dead. And he's gonna do that. So one of them he electrocutes, and it's just like kills him, I guess. And then this suit he built, this armor he has, it's like built for war. And it looks very medieval and very very rugged, just like this is for brawling. Sort of like a throwback to his anti-Bane suit back in the day, but it's his own design, tougher than Kevlar, and so he starts throwing these ice batarangs. I don't even know he's ice batarangs. What the hell are those? But it starts freezing things, or it freezes them and it sort of blows up, and he's just like getting his shit wrecked out. They're ripping through the suit, and he actually they're breaking through his suit. They're just beating the shit out of him, and they're like. He actually has a guard dog, and they turn on the T-Rex in the Batcave, and they start stepping on things. I guess Batman's prepared for everything. And they start, they're like, you think that'll stop us from getting through your suit? And they're like, Alfred lets him know he's gonna black out. So they're gonna stab him in the face, but they don't manage to pierce through his visor, and Alfred's gonna come out and help. But if he comes out, he will die. And Bruce locks the door and traps him inside. And Bruce says, his ancestors used to kill bats with owls, and that there are owls everywhere. But he forgot one thing, that as soon as the owls left, the bats came back. And then you see bats just flood the cave, and distract the Talons, and then start attacking the Talons. Because the bats just hid in the cave. And when it got colder, they hid in the darker parts, and when the owls left, the bats came back with a vengeance and started killing things, I guess. So the bats, it's -20, and the Talons are just sluggish right now, and the cold brought them out, and Batman's just beating the shit out of them, and one of them is trying to leave. Batman does the badass thing, hits him with the car, and it's like he has a healing factor, let him heal, and he says, freeze them using the techniques, the shit he used on Cobb, and there's a owl symbol in the sky over and Gotham. He's going out, so he heads out, and he sees and you see his family members just fighting everybody. Just Robin, Batgirl, and Nightwing. You don't really see. That's weird. Red Robin is really not in this book ever. I think I've seen him once when he was supposed to. But they're going after Lincoln March, the politician that was trying to help Bruce revitalize Gotham. And when Bruce enters the room, you see March shoot a gun, He's like, Batman's like, he shot me, but there was actually a talent hiding behind the door, and you see March have a knife in his chest. He's like, I have a message for Bruce Wayne. You gotta give it to him. And March is like, these are names of people that have been donating to him that he couldn't really follow, and that they're probably in the Court of Owls. Um, but that he lets him know that Gotham could be a good place, that Gotham could be a great place, and it's just a dream away. Like you can change the world. You like don't give up. So Bruce looks at this list and he knows where they live now. He's like, you know what? They came to my house. I'm gonna burn theirs to the ground. So the issue actually has a second part by Scott Snyder, James Tynion the fourth, and Rafael Albuquerque. It's actually by Jarvis Pennyworth, Alfred's father, he's working for the Wayne family, and he's like, this family has a secret. It's cursed. Don't come here. I'm leaving. And you may think that you are doing something by helping me, or coming to fulfill my duty, but do not do it. It's bad. Um, so you see actually how he's done. Jarvis Pennyworth tells him how he's been doing this. Everything he's done is for Alfred, and that that he was serving the Wayne family to make a better future, especially when it came to young Master Wayne. I guess it was Bruce, who who would who would Alfred would one day serve. Um, but there were bad times and there were good times. And then you see Thomas and Martha Wayne. How this school, this Gotham is going down. That they've been just it's just like they need to do something. So they decide that they're gonna try to make a change. Um, but then you see an owl who um Jarvis is leaving Gotham or the Wayne Manor, and you see an owl coming to kill him. So the fall of the House of Wayne. So great issue. Probably one of the best issues of Batman. I'm gonna be giving it a 5 out of 5. James, the backup is a little weird. It sort of rewrites the whole Batman mythos. Whereas you think that we've always had this idea that Alfred has been serving the Waynes for a long time, like even before Bruce was born, like he helped raise Bruce. But in this instance, we learn that maybe not, that it was his father who served the family first, and then Alfred. But great issue. I love the grittiness of and the of how Greg Capullo has been doing his art. It's when his fight scenes. He's not really. I've never seen really his fight scenes, but he did a great job. Um, and in terms of stories, it's getting pretty serious. Really, really serious. But great job by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, Jonathan Glapion. Great job by the whole team. Batman, which is probably the best book of the New 52, has been superb. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. So thanks for watching, guys. A little long, but you should check out the video, check out the books. Let me know what you think. And hope you guys have a great comic day, great week.